quick recap of today. High level first, price tagged this daily level, which also had confluence with a weekly fair value gap that hasn't been touched for a long time. Price rallied and it was close to taking out these highs, which are a hourly high, and it coincides with a 15-minute fair value gap. So when price was going, so this was the actual setup, and I'll see, because I actually, let me just replay, I'll show the executions later. So price was going here, and I'll just press play. So normally what I do is I draw my fibs, which to me are most important. So for ES, there was not really a level to take, because this level relative to ES was already taken. So there was none to be had. So price was going, and I was thinking, okay, so this is a key level. This is an H4 fair value gap that has been holding the entire day. So when it closes below, for me, then it becomes interesting. So what happened here is that we printed a small SMT. So this is a lower high and a higher high. But of course, this level was absolute draw on liquidity, and it was so close. So my idea was, when I get a close below, then I'm going to enter on the retest. On was it this level? Yeah, I think I took this level because this was a 5-minute change in the state. So price was moving, and suddenly it went down. Price dropped, went through the level, and I set my order here. But the funny thing is, I got impatient. So this is not the ideal time. Most of the volume has already been out of the market. It's close to what, 2:45 p.m. And I was getting impatient because I thought this is a clear target, and price was ranging here, not doing too much. And I was just getting focused on the 1 minute. Price was rallying, and I think what I did is I actually was looking for a position, looking for a short, because I was honestly afraid to miss the move. So let me just move this 4 hour. I thought, hey, okay, we're taking out these highs inside a fair value gap, so I'm going to short this. I'm going to go short here, take my stop over here, and then target these levels. And I think I actually would, my first target was this one. I think this was my setup for 2R. And of course, then I got into the trades, and then price started bouncing, ranging, and then suddenly it went up. So this was the first loss that I took, minus 1R. And so I withdrew this order, and it's actually funny to see that in hindsight. So I was thinking, okay, you know, we're going to take out this level. Suddenly we get this drop, and I get itchy again. And I get itchy to an extent where I wait here. Yeah, so I went short a second time, put my stop up here. You know, by now it's just getting a bit annoying. So, and I thought, okay, it's going to take out these lows for sure, so this will be my trade. And then price just starts chopping around. So take into account, this was the initial trade that I had planned. Here I get restless, so I think it's never going to work out. And when price starts moving up violently, I close the position. And what you will always see is that when, I think I actually closed it here, but what you always see is when you close the position, you get screwed over, right? So this is the current state. I'll undo the replay button, and I think if I show my executions, then you can just see where I just absolutely got fucked by the market. yeah, so my first short was here. I got stopped out here. Then I was eager. This was actually not too bad because the setup that I had here, I just had to hold on for it. So this was a good setup. This was just chasing the move because I don't know why I was going. Okay, so in itself, this is not such a bad setup, but the problem was price was just ranging, you know, and when it wants to do the retest and then dump, normally it should do it relatively quickly, or at least show some confidence or cleaner price action. And of course, again, this is like 3 p.m. in the afternoon, so I cannot expect clean price action. So this was my second setup, and that was actually quite a good one. So this had a level, the same level that I had planned. Okay, the stop I think was a bit too tight, could also be a bit higher. But this played out. I just had to be a bit more patient, which I wasn't. Such a shame because then, of course, I could make up for the 1 hour because the short was still valid. So those were two lost trades. This was actually break even. I think it was $5 minus. This was, I don't know how much it was, but I think it was around 120. So not too much, but the lesson here was very clear. Be patient, because apparently this liquidity had to be taken out in order to move big time to this level to take this one out. But here I was not interested in trades anymore. I already said goodbye to the market. Good lesson. Annoying, but good lesson. Just be patient, because if I would have just left my trade here, everything would be fine. I would just take a nice 2-hour trade, have a bit of downside, bit of chop, but then just a quick move, because that's what you often see. You know, when it's ranging, it will range for a long time and just wear everybody out that is expecting a fast move. And then when people are getting tired, they execute the fast move. Whatever, you know, it's just, then the volume is present. A quick setup that I wanted to show, which was actually really, really good. This was the 4-hour level, or the daily level actually, that got caught. And I'm going to move to the 5 minutes, because in the 5 minutes I love these setups. This was the one that got me the win yesterday. And what I normally do is I draw my fibs for confluence. Oh no, actually it was this one, because this move was already up, this is a corrective move, and then this broke this level. So it's actually this one. We have 5 minutes change in the state. I was having dinner here, so it was not possible for me, unfortunately, to enter. Otherwise I would definitely do it. No SMT, but okay, it's not necessary because this was a huge level getting broken. It already got broken for ES a bit before. What would have been my setup? My setup would have been a close above, change in the state, and then a retest of the change of the state. And then of course you want to see a break above this 5 minute fair value gap, or a retest. I think I would have waited for the value gap to get a close above, stop here, target the 618 for sure, see how it perfectly tags, and then just go for the full, or maybe not the entire full. Am I applying a short setup to a long setup? Okay, so let's do this again. Okay, it's not about the details. So this would have been in 1.5, 1.45, and almost a 3R trade. That's just beautiful. Unfortunately, didn't take it. This was a setup that screamed at me. Not really according to my timing, because ideal is like 11:15 timing wise. But this was a perfect trade. That's just a paper trade. Missed it. Was eating, and this was just a patience fuck up. Okay, that's it.